We're live.
How about that?
I used to like when we could do like the countdown video thing. That was so much better.
It was. Instead of just, hi,
We're here.
We're here.
welcome to Random Living Room.
That
It
was so much
It was. Instead of just, oh, wow, delay.
better. Yeah.
It's like, hello, world. Welcome to American Living Room.
All right. Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Willing Snackrifice. I'm Mike.
I'm Liz.
And we have Tina joining us once again.
I'm not Sister Tina this week.
Oh, wait. What happened to our little banner?
I don't know.
Let me correct that.
He's so unprepared.
I had
Banner?
Well, the laptop is usually in front of him
Okay.
and not me. So he's like,
But you're front and center today.
I'm always front and center. Mostly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back for another episode. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Da, 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 da. That was my Kermit the Frog.
Oh, I see what. There we
All right.
go.
Hey, look at that.
We're not in the right order, but that's okay. Apparently he's Liz.
Switch around.
It's fine.
You're Mike.
Okay.
But we're back for another Snackrifice on the 4th of July. You'll hear some fireworks going off in the background, perhaps, but we're here regardless. Just because this is what we do. We tend to do these on holidays, I noticed.
Lately, yeah.
Because Sean or I are available.
And
This is
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And it's so nice when we can all get together like this.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, we unfortunately Sean is not available this evening for
He is
another
not.
reason, which might end up getting discussed on a sister podcast that we do, Jim's BBQ, at some point. We shall see how comfortable he is about that.
I'm gonna have to obviously, listen back to this because it is the fourth. Apparently, the Mandalorian is here. I want to know if you can hear that or whatever. Because that is not the municipal fireworks. That is the, shall we call it, the call of the suburban redneck, who has invested thousands, hundreds at least, of dollars in fireworks.
I'm going to cut in here. We're reporting the bombing from the town of Greece.
It does sound like we're being
Yeah.
shelled.
Yeah.
These aren't sparklers. These aren't Roman candles. These are, somebody bought a cannon and is shooting them off from their driveway or a street.
Yeah.
So yeah, sorry about that. I mean, I'm not sorry. Can't
So
really help
if you're
it.
not into watching fireworks, you can watch us tonight.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Whee!
There we go.
Candy, chips. We're slightly quieter. Well, not me. I'm gonna use it as punctuation. Slightly quieter. Boom.
I'll be impressed if you can time that all night.
What do you think? Pow.
Oh, you really like that one, huh?
Yeah.
After last week, a 4th of July fireworks seemed sort of unnecessary. So,
Yeah, you did the whole Disney thing.
yeah, happily ever after a couple times. And Epcot's new fireworks show. So,
That's a lot of fireworks.
it's a lot of fireworks.
I was talking to Sean. Speaking of Sean, on the way home the other day we were in Scranton over the weekend, and we were talking about years ago when we went to the Irondequoit fireworks. Do you remember this, Tina? And
Yes.
it was the advent of Sparkler Man.
Mr. Neil Winters.
Oh, good Lord. I don't
Yeah.
even know what happened to
Where did he
him.
get the cape? Was it?
Maybe it was a blanket.
I think
Do
he
you not
put a
remember
blanket.
this when
He
we
had
were
a blanket
at
around his shoulders like Superman, and he had two sparklers, and he bent the ends a little bit, and he lit them, and he was spinning them like a stripper with pasties.
And
And
and the entire crowd around us was like vastly entertained by it. It was great.
Don't
Sparkler Man at the
Sparkler Man. I may have a vague recollection of that, but not clearly not as vividly detailed as you guys do.
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
exciting.
that was
Wow.
exciting.
I think it was exciting because he was otherwise so very reserved.
True. Yeah.
So it was uncharacteristic of what we had seen of him, or that I had seen of him. It was like,
Gotcha. Yeah, nobody knows what happened to him. He's fallen off the face of the planet. So no
He's
more
setting off the fireworks right
He's
now.
out there doing Sparkler
no
Man.
more Sparkler Man.
Yep, Sparkler Man has gone away. Somewhere in Irondequoit, there's people going, "What happened to Sparkler Man?"
remember that guy with the cape and the sparklers?
They've never seen him since.
Well,
All right, well, why don't we get into some snacks tonight?
let's do it.
So this week we have yet another Universal Yums box. We have a box from one that I'm really excited about because I feel like it was going to be as good as the Belgian box. It's from Austria. And I feel like if we would have done both of them in a row, it would have been almost too close in a way.
They're close countries. I mean,
Yeah,
obviously Austria, Germany, Belgium, France. They're
So
I wouldn't necessarily say
well, we
in a
did
row.
we did what, Taiwan between these, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
We took a
So
brief foray over into Asia.
yeah. So
And now we're
I
back
felt-
into Europe.
I felt it was a good jump, like to go back and forth.
Guten Tag from Austria.
Oh, guten Tag.
I'm not going to sing this. The hills are alive with the sound of music because this month we're hitting up Austria, or if you're from there, Austria. You'll find that this snow-capped country is a whole lot more than just a famous movie set and the birthplace of Mozart. It's also home to some of the best chocolate in the world. So get ready to dig in because these treats will leave you singing with joy.
The hills are alive with a lot of chocolate.
Mike sang it for you.
There you go. That's all I can
Yeah.
do. And that's why I don't participate in any theater things at MT Ed.
Now we
I
know.
think we've
Now,
had the
now everyone knows the rest of the story. We have definitely had that first item.
Yep. It was on a munch pack? It had
It
to
could have
be.
been.
Okay, let's get into it because we've had this one.
Oh, this.
Let's get started.
Looks phallic.
Yep. Well, well, no, it doesn't look phallic. Dark chocolate banana bar, fluffy banana foam, ugh, coated in decadent chocolate. Austria is totally bananas for bananas. Surprised? You should be. With the snow-capped Alps covering 60% of Austria's land, the country isn't exactly equipped to grow tropical bananas. Nevertheless, they're Austria's second most popular fruit, right behind apples. You could say they're second bananas. Ugh.
Yeah.
I think we're exaggerating. On average, the country consumes over 126,000 tons a year. And we're not just talking about eating them raw. They get turned into everything from cakes to creams to these super popular Schokobananen. That's what it is. Schokobananen. Exclamation point.
There's a lot more letters in them that needed to be for that
Mhm.
word.
I
Yeah.
think that's common for the Germanic languages. Once you try them, you'll go, dare we say it, absolutely bananas. Oh.
Oh, this. Big banana.
So we've had this a long time ago in a munch pack. It's disturbing in its appearance because it looks like somebody dropped a deuce.
It's broken.
It's a broken deuce, but it still looks like a turd.
Maybe it's not broken. Maybe I was mistaken.
That does look a bit turd-like, yeah.
I understand that it's supposed to be. Why is it wet?
why is it a wet deuce?
I mean,
There you go.
It's
Thanks.
a little moist. Let's say that.
oh, jeez. I'm not normally a fan of banana-flavored things, so
That tastes like real banana,
it does taste like real banana, yeah.
but not ripe banana. Like green banana. But not. Like they're not quite ripe yet.
Yeah, like when it's starting to turn yellow, but it's still green on like the
Yeah. It's not like
the
sweet banana. Like
no.
when you make banana bread, you're using overripe bananas, so they
Right.
taste very banana-y.
Yeah.
No, it's not that good.
I'm really not a fan of this.
Yeah.
We've had it before. I can't remember what I ranked it before, but out of 5, our rankings are out of 5. I'm gonna go with 2.
1.5. I mean, I am happy that the ingredients list banana as like the 3rd thing in it, so it's real, but
It's real.
not real good. Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little higher. I think I'm like a 2.5. I'm pleasantly surprised by the fact that it's not that fake, disgusting, like Runts or Laffy Taffy banana. And the chocolate was decent.
And you've heard me say this before. I don't know that Tina's heard me say it, but the history of the flavor of your Runts bananas,
Mm-hmm.
that fake flavor,
Right.
is how bananas actually used to taste.
Yes.
Before the Cavendish banana took over and the rest of them went extinct. So you wouldn't have liked real bananas
Right.
back in like the 1940s and 50s.
That makes sense. I would have had to eaten exclusively plantains then, I
Mhm.
guess.
Let's do some trivia. Austrian daredevil Felix Baumgartner broke a world record by skydiving from blank. The moon, the stratosphere, a rocket ship, or a really tall chair.
Rocket ship.
I think I would also go with rocket ship.
Now, I watched this because it was televised. Because he went up to the stratosphere
Whoa.
in a helium balloon. Or a helium lifted.
Was this the
Okay.
thing that just happened?
Like a couple
Like,
years, like 2 years ago. Like before COVID.
oh, I
Weird.
thought something just happened like in the last month or 2.
No, he dove from the stratosphere. It was like the longest or the furthest any human had ever fallen.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Now that you say stratosphere, yeah, I do remember watching the helium balloon. I remember.
Yeah, and it took him, I don't know how long, like almost an hour to
Yeah.
To
get
fall.
to fall.
Wow.
Like, can you imagine falling for an hour?
And he was like spinning for a while,
Yeah,
wasn't
he had to, like-
My throat would be really sore from yelling.
I wonder if because he was wearing obviously almost the equivalent of a streamlined spacesuit. I wonder if like the equivalent of it is like, is there like a spray, like a chloroseptic? Where you're
Right.
like, ah, for like the first 20 minutes.
Yikes. No, thank you. Not for me.
Like, do you stop being terrified after like the first 15 minutes? You're like,
I,
okay, I'm tired of that now.
I remember seeing
I
an
think the
interview-
closer I get to the ground, the more afraid I'd be.
I remember an interview with him. He said like it was like the when he was spinning that he couldn't get control and that it was very worrisome at that point. But then once he got the control, he was better.
Right, because not only are you spinning, you're reaching terminal velocity.
Yeah.
Right.
You're going as fast as gravity allows a person of your mass to go.
That's terrifying.
It is terrifying. But I remember watching it on TV, and obviously because I'm a nerd, I'm like, you know, like, oh, science is happening. Anyway,
Wow. So the stratosphere.
yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty high up or far out, depending on.
Far out,
Far
man.
out, man.
Yeah.
Paprika pea crackers. Puff crackers with a peppery twist.
Oh, great.
Did you know that for 50 years, Austria and Hungary were the same nation? Hence the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Even though they separated in 1918, aspects of both cultures remain inseparable. Case in point, the paprika pepper. This quintessential Hungarian ingredient remains a staple in Austria as well, and you find it in everything from sausages to goulash. Even 100 years of separation, you can still taste the history, especially in these lightly seasoned puffed pea crackers One bite and you'll understand why Austria couldn't bear to separate itself from this zesty flavor.
I like paprika. Now I'm a little worried about the pepper.
Well, you know that paprika comes from peppers.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Paprika is ground up sweet peppers.
Well, then there we go.
Like bell peppers.
There is and I hate bell peppers. So there is a pepper adjacent product that I do like.
Yeah, so paprika is powdered pepper.
They smell cheesy.
Mm. They taste like goulash. They do. It tastes like smoked paprika. The cracker, eh.
The flavor is really nice. I like them.
Mm-hmm.
I like them too.
Well,
Yeah, I'm good.
oh, I like them. Are the crackers beef?
I say beef,
Yeah.
baked bread,
Yeah.
crisp with paprika
No,
seasoning.
must be pea flour.
They're delicious.
Yeah,
I like them.
Yeah, those are good.
it is pea flour. So that would make them gluten free.
What's your ranking on those, huh?
Those are tasty. I think the only thing I don't really like is the cracker is a little styrofoamy.
A little bit.
Little weirdly crisp. I don't know how else to say it. But the seasoning on them is awesome. Tastes like Campbell's bean and bacon soup.
Yeah.
It does.
I like the smokiness that they have.
Mhm.
It almost like I could picture putting like a piece of Gouda on that.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
And that would be like a really good snack.
So I'd give it a 3.75.
They go like from the consistency of being like a really crispy cracker to like kind of chewy in a way. So like almost a communion wafer esque.
That's a good way of putting how
and-
they
and-
texture.
Yeah, like when it gets kind of like gummy in a way. But that being said, not at all like the flavor of a communion wafer.
No.
Oh my
so
God.
by that token, I'm at a 4 out
Wow.
of 5 on those.
Can you imagine if communion wafers came in flavors and you'd wonder every week what flavor you were going to get?
That'd be great.
The body of Christ, and you're like,
Ooh.
like you get back to the pew. What'd you get? Onion. How about you? Cheese.
I don't know if I would like that because then it's like Birdie Bots and like
Well, they'd have to be chip flavored, basically. They'd have to be like barbecue, onion.
but then they could throw a cracked pepper at you and then that'd be it.
Then
Yeah.
you'd be in trouble because you couldn't spit it out. Because
Right.
that would be sacrilegious.
I'm just picturing like the person that like one of the lectors or whatever is like, okay, Father Mulcahy has barbecue. Father Sampson has sour cream and onion, and Father Anderson has salt and vinegar.
So you know which line
Yes.
you're going. I would think at the beginning when they're doing the announcements before, as the Catholics sitting here, I'll know what we're talking about. At the beginning before the service starts,
Yes.
they're like, welcome to service on Sunday, the blah-de-blah of July. Father will be presenting the homily and blah. And you're like, today's flavor of Christ.
Oh my god.
We're going to hell. Today's flavor of Christ. It is nacho cheese. And all the kids are like, yes.
Oh my
I'm
god.
so glad you made me eat my first communion, Mom. Now
Oh
I
my
can have the
God.
chips at church.
Oh my
You
god.
only get one though, so it can't be Lay's.
There is the whole ad campaign right there.
Bet you can only eat just one.
Like,
Tina, what was your ranking on the community
I'm crying. That was so funny. Let's say a 3.5. I'm not going to go out of my way to find them, but I would eat them. If I saw them in a store, I'd be like, "Oh, those are those things. I need to get some Gouda."
Imagine, like, I'm just thinking, imagine the Last Supper where this whole tradition
Oh
comes from.
no!
And you're like, what if there wasn't bread? What if, because obviously he had to have things on the table to do his whole, this is
Right,
my body and blah, blah, blah. Think of me, ching, ring, ring. I don't think
tortilla
the
chips.
bells. Like, but what if it was like some other snack? Or
Well, we're in the Middle
Middle
East, so it'd
be pita.
probably like naan bread.
It'd be
like,
pita.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, look, eat this falafel in memory of me. The falafel of Christ. I'm sorry.
Do you have any chickpeas to go with this?
Oh my god!
Tzatziki for the falafel of Christ. Dipping some hummus, maybe.
Oh my god!
Jesus probably.
Our
loved
viewers
hummus.
went away.
It's okay because we were being irreverent. They didn't like they didn't.
They did not.
They did not like the falafel.
I,
of Christ.
We had 2 viewers, and they're gone. That's sad.
They're like, we can't deal with this talk about the communion
You're
wafers.
not eating. You're just talking about weird religious things. So, which popular breakfast item originated in Austria? Pancakes, waffles, croissants, or scrambled eggs?
I'll go with scrambled eggs.
Waffles?
The answer is croissant.
Oh.
Oh, croissant.
Wait, aren't those French? While croissants may have become popular in French bakeries, the birthplace of this flaky, buttery pastry is actually Vienna. The story goes that back in the 13th century, the Ottoman Empire tried to lay siege to the city. After Vienna's miraculous victory, local bakers celebrated by making pastries in the shape of the crescent moon, the symbol of the Turkish flag. Who knew victory tasted so good? So basically, like, we won, and we won so bad, or won so good, that we are going to eat your flag.
Wow. That's harsh.
Yeah. Be like if Canada tried to invade us and we beat them back, and then we basically
made everything
maple leaf cakes and ate them and like. Argh.
Wow.
So our next snack is cheesecake wafers.
Oh.
The classic dessert. I don't like it when they put cheese and stuff because it's not good cheese. The classic dessert made the Austrian way. We all know about New York cheesecake, but have you ever had Viennese cheesecake? Viennese? On the surface, it looks almost identical to the New York variety with a matching light color and creamy texture, but slice it open and you'll find a uniquely Austrian surprise: dried fruit. Not only that, but Viennese cheesecake is also lighter tasting and slightly tart from the quark cheese used to make it. Quark cheese. Taste the difference for yourself with these cheesecake-inspired wafers.
Huh?
Ingredients are wheat flour, palm oil, sugar, whole milk powder, wheat starch, dextrose, artificial flavor, citric acid, soy, lecithin, salt, and sodium bicarbonate. So I'm not seeing any fruit, it doesn't tell me what quark is.
Quark cheese?
I'm always
I'm gonna look that up.
I'm always scared of like when we get these wafer cookies and they say like cheese or cheesecake in them because we've had once and they haven't been good.
Because the cheese is always like feet cheese. It's always like feety. I don't know what the correct chemical terminology.
They do look like a standard wafer cookie.
One? Or 3 layers?
There's multiple.
No, I'm like, is this just one?
That's one.
All right.
It smells good.
It doesn't really smell like anything. It smells like.
Oh no, it smells good.
It smells like Play-Doh.
Quark cheese is a fresh acid set cheese.
It smells like Play-Doh.
It is a cheese that can be made without rennet.
So,
I enjoy this.
good news. It does not taste like feet cheese.
Michaela is a connoisseur of wafer cookies, and I feel like she would very much enjoy these.
The initial flavor is like Play-Doh smells. But then there is a tang to it, like yogurt.
I can see why they say cheesecake. It definitely has like almost that cream cheese, cheesecake kind of thing to it. There's a slight sweetness, like you said, a slight tang, but there's not much else beyond that. They almost are bordering on stale in a way. I don't think even opening the pack, they'll last that long.
They're one of the better wafers we've ever gotten.
They are, especially ones that any of the ones that have said cheese on them previously. Yeah. So that being said, I'm probably going to go about 3 1/4 on those.
I'd probably go with 3. Wafer cookies for me just end up being too sweet. They're not bad. They're not offensive. I wouldn't buy them.
I would buy these. I would put these in the 3.75 range.
I think you and Mike grew up eating a lot of wafer cookies.
Yes, the Vortmans, where the bins and you grab the handfuls and you make a bag of cookies.
I do
Yeah.
enjoy wafer cookies. Also,
Yeah.
you mentioned Michaela likes them. I really do enjoy them too, and even the flavors, the vanilla, the chocolate, and the strawberry ones. I do quite enjoy those. This one was okay. I wouldn't go out of the way to buy them though.
I think because the only time I ever ate them, I know today, and maybe even back then they did, there used to be cookies that you give to babies specifically. My grandmother would just buy the wafer cookies.
Okay.
And so the only time I ever remember eating them when I was so tiny that I didn't have many teeth. And I just remember having mush in my hands. And I think that's why she would give them to me, because you can't bite off a piece and not have it just turn to mush. You can't really choke on it. I just remember them being pink and sweet. And
those are the strawberry ones,
mush.
the pink ones, yeah.
So I think my recollection of eating them was very...
Speaking of strawberries, so this wafer cookie would benefit from like a layer of some kind of fruit.
Yeah, like a tart jam of some
Yeah.
kind. Blackberry, strawberry, raspberry, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. That would have ramped those up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know that they don't have a product like that. I'd be curious to see if this company has other flavors or.
It did say that traditional Viennese cheesecake has fruit in it. Is the pillow that was over there? Oh, never mind. It's all the way over the other side.
Do you need it? I can grab it.
No, I was just going to get it from my back, but I'm good. I can
got you.
sit up like an adult.
Yeah, but you know what?
I didn't want you to have to get up after your day. Oh. It's not like we have any viewers at the moment.
There you go.
Thank you.
Someone will come back and be like, "What was she doing?" All right, I'm gonna sit way back here.
That's fine.
Because I need to stretch my knees a little bit.
Okay. We're old and falling apart. Boom. Our next one is a crispy caramel milk chocolate bar. Austria's funniest candy. Meet Count Bobby. That's the name of the dapper fella on this candy's wrapper, and the subject of Austria's favorite jokes. No one knows who first came up with Count Bobby jokes, but they likely arose in the early 20th century as a way of poking fun at Austrian elites. The jokes center around Count Bobby, a bumbling aristocrat who's always missing the point. Jokes such as these have kept Austrians laughing for decades, and by the 1950s, Count Bobby had become a household name, inspiring joke books, films, and this very chocolate bar. Count Bobby.
Count Bobby. Let's see how this bar is.
Also in the background playing the game, is it gunfire or a firework? Should I duck or look up?
So we have what kind was this?
Caramel.
Because this has got like a pretty significant filling in it. Crispy
Yeah.
caramel milk chocolate bar. If you look on the inside of that, you can see that there's like a filling.
Well, it looks like peanut butter, but
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. But I think it's maybe the crispy caramel.
it smells like licorice. It is heavy.
I don't know how I feel about this.
It has a weird anise flavor at the
Mhm.
end of it.
That's what I'm picking up on too, and it's weird.
I definitely smelled anise when I broke it. It doesn't say that there's anise in it, but we've got sugar, glucose syrup, cocoa butter.
It says natural flavors. That could be in there.
It's really odd. Like, I think the crispy caramel is almost like like caramelized, like it's cooked, and that is what's giving that anise flavor off in a way.
Maybe.
But it's not pleasant.
No, it's not
Mm-mm.
good. I have to say, Austria, you are disappointing me. I mean, me personally. I know you guys have liked a couple of things, but really the only thing I've really liked so far are those pea crackers.
Yeah. This one's been it's not been middle of the road like Taiwan was by any stretch, but it's been hit or miss in my opinion.
I would give that another 2.
I'm also at a 2.
Well, that's 2s across the
Like
board.
the chocolate was good,
Yeah.
and whatever the crunchy things were good.
Yeah.
But like
That filling was weird.
anise flavor was not.
Very off-putting.
I'm going to excuse myself for a moment. I will be back.
I will ask you some trivia, or else I can. Yeah, I'll ask you some trivia.
Hoping I'm going to be far enough down the hallway.
You can turn the fan on. If you're American and you need to contact the embassy, just stop by A, McDonald's, B, a stranger's house, C, 7-Eleven, or D, a train station.
I'm going to say a train station.
The answer is McDonald's.
Oh.
Can we order a McPassport, please? Okay, that might be taking things a little far, but each of Austria's 194 McDonald's locations do come equipped with a hotline straight to the embassy. Why? Well, according to the American Embassy, it's to ensure American citizens have every option available to get in touch when in need. So we guess that maybe a burger joint is easier to find than the embassy? Well, you've got these giant gold lit up arches. I mean, I suppose if the embassy had a giant American flag stuck, and they're usually in what looks like either a historical building or an office building. So I imagine an embassy would be hard to find, but a McDonald's is a trademark. It's easy to find.
Yeah.
I get that. It's weird. It's weird that it would be in a McDonald's, but it also does make sense. I think they should. I think that every country in the world should have their American embassy linked to something that is quintessentially identifiable to Americans. And unfortunately, it is something like a McDonald's, or what else would we see overseas? A Taco Bell?
I mean, there's all sorts of fast food restaurants that are, like some of the videos that we've watched from like Mikey Chen and the Best Ever Food Review Show, when they go to different countries and you see, Taco Bell, Domino's, McDonald's, Burger King, 7-Eleven.
Well, I'm
Is it
surprised
like-
that 7-Eleven wouldn't be one, but I
Yeah.
think because in other countries, 7-Eleven is owned by the international corporation.
Did I say KFC?
No.
KFC would be another one. Like some of those are really universally present. So maybe it would be a good place for somebody, a safe place. I don't know what you'd call it, but like a place for somebody, like if they were in trouble or if they needed to get a hold of somebody, like that would be a place for them to go, to seek help.
In their own language, or at least a connection to somebody.
A means to get to somebody in their own language.
I asked Mike a trivia question, and it was basically, if you're an American and you need to contact the embassy, just stop by, and it listed McDonald's, a stranger's house, a 7-Eleven, and a train station. The answer is McDonald's.
Interesting.
And I'm like, you know what? It makes sense because an embassy, you think about it, most embassies are in like either a historical buildings
Right.
or business district.
Right.
So one building could look like a bank, or you don't know if it's a bank
Right.
or a museum or a library or a school or
Right.
whatever, or government offices. But a McDonald's always looks like a McDonald's. It's always got the big, well-lit golden
Right.
arches. So it's kind of terrible that Americans and McDonald's go together in every country of the world, but it's almost a good thing because it's
Yeah.
so easily identifiable, particularly to us, unfortunately. But our next snack is chocolate tree stumps. Crispy on the outside, chocolate in the inside. Sometimes when we're searching for tasty treats to include in the box, we come across something like these wafers, which are equal parts delicious and confusing. Why are they shaped like trees? Why does the entirety of Austria carry on like this is completely normal? Honestly, we're stumped.
Yeah.
But we can tell you one thing that doesn't confuse us: the taste. A thin, crispy wafer gives way to the decadent chocolate inside for a yum that makes us say, well, terrific.
Does anybody else think that this looks like a packet of coffee?
It does look like the ones you get in the hotel room
Yeah.
for like single
I
service.
also definitely read that as stamps when I was looking over your shoulder, because in the package looks like it could be a stamp. So I wasn't surprised until you said tree stumps, and now I'm curious. I don't think they look very tree-like.
It looks like a log.
They got the texture on the.
Oh, I see that. Okay, so they have a wood grain on them. I'm failing at getting this out of the
I don't know if
package.
you could see that on the camera or not, but and then they got like a middle.
There's some lettering on the back side.
Maybe the name of the brand.
Maybe? What is, yep, it is.
Our
Yep.
established 1920.
Smells good.
It does. The chocolate smells really good. This wafer I can get behind. It's not styrofoamy. It's more cookie. And the chocolate in the middle is pretty good. Well, it's really sweet.
It's a little grainy, like
But maybe just real sugar.
over sugary, yeah.
It's not corn syrup, it's sugar.
Right.
Kind of like, I don't want to say cheap chocolate because even this is better than American cheap chocolate, but it does taste a little bit like cheap, like oversweetened Easter chocolate.
Yes.
These are really good. I like these.
Mm.
A lot. Like these are delicious. like so far the things that we've had, this is my favorite. Um, the chocolate is nice. The wafer is nice. They're crispy.
They don't taste stale.
They don't. No complaints whatsoever. I'm gonna go 4.5 on those.
Wow, you really like them.
They're a little too sweet for me. Indicative of what they are, though, they are good. They're crispy. They're not stale. The chocolate is not bad, but it's not like creamy like I like chocolate to be. So for that, I'd probably give it a 4.
This is more of what I was expecting out of this box.
Yeah. Kind of decadent things.
I am also at a 4. Delicious. I would probably buy them if I saw them in the store and I was like, oh, that's a good
Or
choice
vending
for a snack.
machine.
Right.
Okay, let's say you're an office worker like me. There's no cafeteria.
No.
You didn't bring breakfast. You have a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
These are in the vending machine.
I would, yes.
These with a cup of coffee
Would be phenomenal.
would enhance them.
Yes.
I'm gonna go forward with that idea and that thought is while you were saying that was variant flavors. So like they have like this is the chocolate one, this is the base one. They have cappuccino, they have hazelnut,
Hazelnut would
they
be
have like
really
a
good.
like a vanilla one. It's still chocolate, but it's like a chocolate
Yeah.
vanilla
Coconut.
type. Yep,
Little
coconut.
coconut.
Yeah,
Orange would be good.
yeah,
Chocolate orange.
yeah. So playing along with those kind of the flavor profile of it, kind of keeping this as the base product, but then like expanding it further. I'd be all over those. Like I could picture like getting like a whole like box of those and the different flavors like at BJ's, you know. I'm excited about this concept now.
You should contact the company.
You should look it up. They probably do have
They probably
other
do.
flavors.
That's what I'm here for. I will look that up.
So the trivia now is, which of the following is not illegal in Austria? Feeding bread to pigeons, running out of gas on the highway, opening a store on a Sunday, or breaking out of jail.
Is not illegal?
Breaking out of jail.
What was the one? Go give me the choices again.
Feeding bread to pigeons, running out of gas on the highway, opening a store on Sunday, or breaking out of jail. Three of those are illegal and one of them is not. Which one is not?
I'm gonna say breaking out of jail.
So you think it's legal to break out of jail?
Because the other ones seem like weird enough to be illegal.
You are correct. Feeding
It seemed like that it was going to be like the opposite of what you would think.
Right.
feeding the birds, bird seed only, or pay a fine. Run out of fuel on the highway, better pay up. Doing business on a Sunday, better close up shop quickly before the cops catch on. But breaking out of jail? Nah, that's okay, go ahead. It's human nature to want to escape, after all. So when that happens, if they find you, just go back and finish your sentence. That's it.
Wow.
We don't even have a witty closing line for this one. Just want to let that fact sink in. So if you bust out of jail,
Okay.
if they catch you, they bring you back, but they don't increase your sentence. They don't. You just finish out your sentence. And if they don't catch you, then I have to wonder how efficient or effective their prisoner recovery is, though. Maybe they're really good at it. That's why they don't. It's not illegal to do it because they're going to catch you anyway. Oh, so many boomings.
All right. So the tree shape itself seems to be exclusive to the chocolate. They have other shapes in almond, hazelnut, something that I thought was going to be a caramel apple until I zoomed in and it looks like it's sitting on top of a mint leaf.
So it's probably mint chocolate. Yeah.
So I'm not really sure what that is. They do have a big box of them. Let's see. I don't know what that is.
Let me see. That looks like strawberry or currant.
Maybe.
Our next snack is back to savory cheese and turmeric breadsticks.
Oh,
The road to heaven is paved with cheese. If this isn't your first trip with us, then you know by now that we're big fans of cheese and we're not just talking about all the puns. That's why we're so excited, like unnaturally excited, to learn about a place called the Cheese Road in Vorarlberg. No, it's not a road literally made of cheese. We can dream, though. It's actually a community of cheesemakers who are ready, willing, and able to give tours and share their knowledge of everything cheesy. While we're a long way from Vorarlberg, these cheesy breadsticks should give you some idea of what the hype is about. Can you imagine just like a community, an entire community of cheesemakers?
I'd love that.
It's a big bag.
I have been on like the cheese tour down in the Finger Lakes. They're not like all right next to each other.
These are very light. They look like little mini baguettes.
Oh, they smell delicious.
They look like mini loaves of bread. They don't have a really strong flavor. They're good, but I don't know that I'd snack on them. I'd put them on things or in things.
They would be good broken up like on a salad
I was like croutons.
or
Yeah.
like
Soup.
on top of soup. But I could very dangerously see me sitting there watching TV and go through a whole bag.
They're not cheesy to me. They're just bready. Not getting a whole lot of cheese.
They're good. They're not horrible. Like there's not like a ton of flavor there.
Yeah, health-wise, they're one of the more healthier snacks in the box because one of the only snacks, possibly the only snack without palm oil.
Which I appreciate.
And our next trivia is at Starkerburger Castle, visitors can eat a $300 strudel, sleep on swan feathers, waltz with bears, or bathe in beer.
All of the above.
I'm gonna go with the bears, the waltz with the bears.
The answer is bathe in beer.
Damn it!
Want to go on an ale-inclusive spa getaway?
Ha!
Starkenberger Castle, the place is the place to be. Austrian brewing company Starkenberger doesn't just brew one of the country's favorite beers. They also own a brewery castle where visitors can kick back and relax in baths of warm beer. The castle's 7 baths are filled with a mixture of hot water and beer, about 80 gallons worth, which is said to have a healing effect on skin. Unbelievable. I say no, thank you.
Just to go back for a second,
We did not rate those.
Oh,
Yeah, the breadstick things. Where are you at with those, honey?
Middle of the road. 2.5.
Wow.
Tina?
I'm going to go 3.5.
I'm gonna go 3.
Okay.
I wasn't impressed. If I want a cracker that doesn't taste like cheese, there's lots.
They're not the worst thing that we have.
No, they're not bad. They were
this,
just
in this box.
They're not the Bobby bar.
No, those were bad.
That was
bad.
That was pretty gross.
Our next snack is, would you bathe in beer?
I'll try it. Why the hell not?
I would. I bet it's probably really good for your skin.
Okay, beer is good for your skin and for your hair, but gross trigger warning. What do human bodies have a lot of?
Hair?
Mm-hmm.
Crevices.
Mm-hmm.
What bacteria loves warm, moist, dark crevices?
Use.
Yeast. What's in
Mhm.
beer?
Yeast.
Ah, That's a good way to get yourself an itchy.
Do you bring a Stein with you?
No, I don't think you'd want to drink it because I don't think you get to bathe in it alone.
Is-
I think it's like a hot tub thing.
Are they like
Oh.
is it the kind of yeast that could give you a yeast
Yeah,
infection?
it's the same kind of yeast.
Huh.
Maybe you get like a full bath after, like a regular bath after, like
Yeah.
a shower.
I just would skip it, honestly. Drink the beer, use the hot tub with the chlorinated water. Anyway, next. Coconut rolls.
Yes.
The sweet taste of nostalgia. What could be more enticing than candy wrapped in bright blue packaging and covered in 50s memorabilia? You're probably just as confused as we were when we picked up this snack, but don't worry, we found out just what is up with this snack. Apparently, coconut rolls were a super popular snack in 1950s Austria, and now they're making a modern comeback. We can see why. Sweet, chewy, and oh so coconutty, all in one. It's no wonder they've withstood the test of time. These look like something I've had before.
They look like our Neapolitan.
So on the package it says "Taste the 50s." What I'm wondering though,
Lick the science.
what I'm wondering though is there's 3 different colors. Are the colors different?
Well,
I
the
think
strawberry
that's a question.
chocolate. They look to me like snowballs.
Mm.
I feel like they're going to taste like the exterior of snowball. And there's strawberry, chocolate, and vanilla.
You think, or do you think that the colors are just a ruse?
I think it's going to be a lot like our Neapolitan, but
Yeah.
it's the 3 flavors.
I think it's because there's one that says cocoa. So I think the chocolate ones are cocoa, or the brown ones are chocolate, and the middle ones are strawberry, where strawberry is in quotation marks, and the white ones are vanilla or plain.
I can't tell. I don't know. Well, I'm a chocolate guy, so I'll do the brown one.
I was also going to do the brown one. Do you have a preference?
Not chocolate.
Not
So you
chocolate.
take the
Wow,
chocolate.
fabulous.
I will do strawberry.
This tastes exactly like our Neapolitans, only not as sugary.
And it's strawberry flavored. It is coconut strawberry quick.
I'm not getting a lot of chocolate out of this.
Let me taste.
It's about the amount of chocolate I was expecting for it to be.
It tastes different than this. And then bite. I'll finish what you got. You want to break off a piece of the end that did not get bitten?
Sure. I didn't mean to take that big of a piece.
Okay.
That's a little lighter. They're good. I'm just not getting like distinct.
I mean, they're coconut.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, they are
I'm
a
getting
roll
a ton of
of coconut.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you went in your pantry, got out the coconut flakes, and then
And
just
rolled
rolled
around
around
in
in
them.
them, you know, or just used I don't know, something vague, something to hold a binder of some kind, and like it was just pure coconut and cream cheese or something. That's what it tastes like, or frosting. If you took frosting, a little bit of frosting and a whole lot of coconut, just enough frosting to hold it together, and made a coconut log, is good.
They're interesting.
They're very good.
They're good, but I don't know that I could eat.
They're really sweet.
Yeah, like I ate one and then a piece of another. As much as I can do.
That's like really.
I wish I understood that.
No, it's not richness. It's my
No, I
stomach
know.
going.
Diabetes.
It's my stomach. It's my pancreas going. Listen, bitch.
Settle down. There's more sweets. Let's stop eating so much of that.
Either way, though, really good. I would give it a 4. Like if somebody's like, went to a store and was like, "Hey, I got you a treat," and they handed me a package of these, I'd be like, "Oh, yay!"
Yeah. 4.5.
4.5. Wow.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of our Neapolitans. And if I had a choice between the American Neapolitan and that, I would pick that.
Good, but not like really my cup of tea. I'll go 3.75 on those.
You know what I can see those as? Like I have two scenarios in my head. One, you're going to visit family and I have little kids. That's like something a little kid would absolutely love. Because like I said, it's frosting and coconut in a roll. I could see like a little kid being like, "Wow, sure." Or if you're going to visit somebody and they're like under the weather, they've been sick and they're just kind of, feeling better. You want to like bring them a little something sweet,
You know what it reminds me of, Tina, is remember like traveling up and down the roads like on vacations with family, and we would stop in at like the roadside truck stops, and they had those pecan log rolls. Do you remember those? Where they're just
I almost bought one this week.
Like pecan and then like caramel, and then inside was like almost like
a
marshmallow nougat type thing, and those were sickeningly sweet. And this is kind of, in some respects, reminds me of that in a way.
3. I'm just counting. We have 3 snacks left, and
God, I haven't seen those in a long while.
Yeah, I almost brought one back.
Those are so weird. Like, I couldn't. Oh my God, my teeth would hurt. My teeth hurt thinking about those.
Our next trivia question is: Austria is home to the oldest blank in the world. A, bar. B, zoo. C, castle. D, fort.
I'm going to go with zoo.
I'm going to go castle.
Tina is correct.
I feel like I've read that somewhere before.
Do you like spending the day at the zoo? You have Emperor Franz Stefan to thank. Back in 1745, during Austria's imperial days, the emperor ordered the construction of a menagerie exclusively for the royal family. About 40 years later, it was open to the public, as long as you wore the appropriate clothing.
Oh.
You had to dress appropriately to go to the zoo.
Wow.
To insult the animals. But don't worry, nowadays you don't have to dress like a noble to visit the Schönbrunn Zoo.
Okay.
Just picturing like people in like their finest clothes
Going to the zoo.
going to the zoo. I mean, obviously it was a thing.
I mean, I suppose if you think about it, they're bringing in animals from like all over the place. Like now to us, it seems like no big deal. But like to be in Austria and see a giraffe would be like,
how did it get
right?
That it got there and is alive is astounding,
right?
Because Austria is also cold, so
right.
It's like, how are they keeping it warm? What are they feeding it? Where are they getting it food? Things like that. And honestly, dressing up to do things is not that far distant. Because just a sidetrack here, I watched some old movies this week with my aunt, and one of them was from like 1967.
Mm-hmm.
And they took family up to Niagara Falls because that's what you would do. When people would come visit Rochester, you would go to Niagara Falls and you would take them to see the falls. Right. All of the men were in suits and all of the women were in dresses.
Wow.
Like,
yeah.
And it was just like, it wasn't a holiday.
That shook the house.
Yeah. It wasn't a holiday. It was like a Thursday.
Right.
But all of the men were in suits with hats and the ladies were in dresses with purses and dress shoes and stockings and
I like it. Even used to be like to go to RBTL, right? Like people would dress up to go, and it's not to say that not like that everybody doesn't dress up, because I see people dressed up there, but a vast majority of people are wearing like jeans and a t-shirt to go to like live theater now, which seems insulting.
It does, but it doesn't. It's like, it's good that it's open to everyone.
Yes.
Like you don't have to own a suit. You don't have to own formal dresses.
At least wear like your best jeans. I don't know. Because like the actors can see you. You know what I mean?
It's
Like
good.
it's like a respect thing. Well,
I
like a
can see
movie,
that.
the actors can't see you, so it's more casual.
Not a booming.
Yeah.
Our next one is chocolate covered apricot jellies.
Oh, that sounds good.
Austria's favorite fruit. You think you know? I never understood how to say this word. Is it apricot or apricot?
I think both are acceptable.
You think you know apricots? Travel down the Wachau Valley. I'm sorry, it's a fun word.
That is a fun word.
And get ready to have your mind blown. The combination of wild temperature fluctuations, rich soil, and the closeness of the Danube River makes apricots grown here extra juicy and sweet. With such famous fruit, no wonder Austrians use them in everything from skincare to chocolatey treats like this. So chocolate-covered apricot jellies. So they're not actually like freeze-dried or...
Is that apricot scrub that we use from Austria? You know which one?
St. Ives?
Yeah.
I think so.
I feel like we've had something like this before. They feel familiar to me.
Texturally.
Yeah.
Probably. The
Something
chocolate
like
is really
this.
good. I'm not a big huge dark chocolate person, but that's good dark chocolate.
Conversely, I'm not a big apricot fan, and these are okay.
I'm enjoying it.
I don't know that I'd eat them on purpose. I'm like, not that I'm like, oh, meh. But
They need to be refrigerated. They were pretty messy.
they were kind of warm.
Yeah.
And it's not warm in here.
No, I think
But
it's just
They're
warm
I think
enough
they-
that
yeah.
they would benefit from being chilled.
I think that's true. I also think they don't strike me. They strike me as an old person candy,
Well,
like something that like grandparents would have laying around. And I say that as somebody old enough to be a grandparent at this point.
Yeah.
But they seem like old person candy, don't they?
No,
You think kids would like that?
they're chewier than old person candy. Old person candies are hard.
It's old people without teeth candy.
Okay, maybe you got me there. I'm gonna go 3.5 on those.
I'm gonna go 3. You got chocolate on the scorecard.
I did.
I think I'm at like a 3.75. I would be curious to try different fruits of those.
I think we've had ones that, in the, you know where we had them? Deutsch Deutsch. Aldi finds
That's what it is. Yep.
raspberry flavored.
No, we had something that was chocolate apricot in there
Did we?
too. Yes. That's where it's triggering from.
Okay.
Yes. Aldi has like a German month, and
Yes.
they have German snacks, and they had something that was chocolate covered apricot. Bingo.
Yeah.
That was it for sure.
It reminds me of where I had mentioned Jaffa cakes earlier, but that reminds me of the Jaffa cake without the cookie part. It's just the
jelly
the gel and
the
the
chocolate.
yeah.
It's all right. Like I said, it's all right. It's not.
I like them. I would eat those, and if we chilled those bad boys, yeah.
Again, I feel like it's missing something. I feel like it needs some sort of
The cookie, perhaps.
I guess, yeah, like a shortbread cookie attached
Yeah.
to it. Yeah. Speaking of candy, which famous candy was invented in Austria? Starburst, Twizzlers, Pez, or Sweet Tarts?
In honor of our buddy Jim, I'm going to go with Pez because he is the biggest Pez fan I know, and not of the dispensers, of the candy.
He actually
Interesting.
eats- the candy's actually, it's all right. I like Sweet Tarts.
He really likes Pez.
I think I'm going to agree with Mike on this one. I think it's Pez.
You are correct. Bet you didn't know that Pez was short for pfefferminz, which is peppermint, because unless you know German or are really into candy history, that'd be a really random thing to know. Nowadays, those little candy bricks are more known for their collectible dispensers, but back in 1927, they were a go-to tool for quitting smoking. We're sure that Duard Haas III never would have thought his anti-smoking candy would become the phenomenon it is today.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal.
And our next snack, I've got high hopes. It is a milk chocolate cappuccino bar.
Ooh.
A taste of Viennese coffee culture. You're walking through the streets of Vienna when suddenly you hear a faint sound of piano music in the distance. As you wander towards the sound, you're drawn in further by the rich scent of coffee wafting in from the wafting in from the open door. There's certain words that I've only ever read and never had to say aloud. This forces me to say some of them. At the various tables inside, you see people reading newspapers in a variety of languages. And one group of locals invites you to play cards. Congratulations, you've discovered the quaint perfection that is Viennese coffee house culture. Grab a cappuccino or a cappuccino chocolate bar and relax.
They made this really convenient packaging where we didn't have to break apart a chocolate bar. They're individually wrapped little pieces.
I have had these before. I don't know where, but I have definitely had these before. As soon as you pulled it out of the package, I was like, I recognize that. The way you were reading that reminded me of those International Delights commercials. What's that little...
The smells amazing.
Jean-Luc!
It does smell good. Smells like coffee.
Yeah.
It tastes like pastry. In a good way.
I think I've had these at Aunt Carol's house before. Which is just a really weird memory to all of a sudden have.
Maybe she had international, because it does taste like International Foods coffee.
No, I remember
Like
I remember this packaging of the candy though. And they come in different flavors. They come in like orange and raspberry. And I remember we had like a multi-pack of them, maybe like at Christmas time or something. But I 100% have had these before. It is triggering a massive like memory for me.
This is really good.
That's really good.
I really enjoy that. That's pretty damn good.
That's a 4.5 for me. Again, really, really, really sweet. So maybe 1 would be my limit, but a really you're full from dinner, but you'd like something sweet. That's it.
I feel like that cappuccino, like the creaminess of it, kind of balances out that sweetness a little bit. Like it kind of like hit each other, kind of just meld into one.
I would like it if it was a little bit more bitter, like coffee bitter.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm right with you. 4.5 on that.
I think I'm there with you too. That triggered massive memories for me.
Really nice.
Very smooth.
Yeah.
Our last trivia is kids in Austria only need to attend school until A, they turn 14, B, they pass a test, C, they get into college, or D, they finish elementary school.
Elementary school.
I'm going to say 14.
Tina is correct. That's right. Austria only requires 9 years of school before they let you loose into the world. So what happens afterwards? You could continue your education at a general secondary school or a polytechnic school or a vocational school. Some people even go straight into the workforce. If you could finish school at 14, how would you use the time? So basically, most of them do continue. The fact is that most do continue. but they don't continue on this. They don't all go the same course. Some will go to a vocational position, some will go in a more tech position, and some will continue down a more academic.
That seems quite brilliant because by 14, you really know if you're headed for academia.
Right. Like if your goal is like you want to be a professor, you want to be a doctorate in some kind of one of the more academic sciences rather than the tech sciences.
Yeah.
Or if you want to go to technology, you want to learn machines and tools and engineering and
You could start that at 14.
yeah,
Which seems
even
so
architecture
smart.
is a technical type thing.
Yeah.
Or maybe you want to do more of the vocational positions like carpentry, plumbing, electrical, any of those, which are very lucrative jobs to have. You know.
I know that all too well. My body can tell you that.
So yeah, I think that's an excellent idea.
Yeah.
I think all countries should do that.
I agree. I think that's smart.
What would you have done? Would you have done technical, vocational, or academic?
It depends on what would be constituted by technical.
Computer science.
Yeah, probably that.
Would you have known at 14?
Probably not. It probably would have been a choice between technical and educational type. I don't know.
How about you?
They did not mention music being one of the tracks, but I can't imagine that Austria, given its rich musical history.
I think arts would continue academia.
Yeah,
I think it would,
that's the direction I would
be
have gone.
the
Because
more academic.
At 14, I did not know yet while I liked obviously animals and the outdoors and all of that, I wasn't aware of my savvy for the sciences that early on because I was really bad at earth science the first time around.
And they might, they only list the 3, but there might be like like an arts path as well.
Yeah.
And maybe a sports path.
I don't know that I would have been good enough to.
Usually, dancers are training in Europe from a very young age, and that's their path from the time they're very young. So, yeah.
And our last snack
I am so excited.
is a dark chocolate marzipan bar.
Yes.
Music to our mouths. With such a famous composer as Mozart coming from Austria, it's no surprise that locals would put his face on everything, right? Unless you ask the Germans, who might tell you Mozart actually came from their country, or you ask a historian, who would likely say, actually, Mozart, it was from Salzburg, which was a sovereign state at the time. Regardless of the historical accuracy, there's definitely one thing we can all agree on. This chocolate bar is music to our mouths. So I love marzipan.
I also love marzipan.
Because almonds.
Yes.
Dark chocolate depends on the chocolate. Is one of those for me or both of those for you?
Both for me. You go ahead.
Oh, it's soft.
I am really
And
excited
melty.
for this. Where does it break?
Moreover.
I was trying to be. Yeah, I'm.
So much booming. That is so good. That is so good. Just listen to the sound of the fireworks going on outside.
Well, we sit here and eat chocolate.
While we sit here. I know that's not the municipal one, but it is so loud.
It is really loud. That one shook the house. Like,
I'm trying to get like a whole one because I only got like a sliver.
this right here, like, this is why Americans suck at chocolate.
I would buy that. I would buy that all day, every day. And it's dark chocolate, but it is so good.
Looks so good.
And the marzipan keeps it from being bitter. Oh, that is so yum.
I was kind of waiting for that bitterness actually, and I get why it kind of tempered that a bit.
I think it'd be too sweet if it was milk chocolate.
No. I
He
meant
was-
like the dark chocolate bitterness.
He was
Yeah.
hoping for more of the dark chocolate bitterness.
Mm.
I like that bitterness in dark chocolate.
I do too.
So, but you don't really get that with that. I'm not as crazy about it as you guys are. That being said, I can appreciate it, and I thought it was good. I'm gonna go. I actually think that is the Towns.
No, I think that's
That
the
was
one
like the
that's at
grand
Grace
finale.
and Truth
Yeah.
Sports
Mm.
Park.
No, that's coming off from over near the town hall. They had like a big thing there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4 1/4 with that.
I'm gonna go 4.75.
Wow. I think I'm at a 4.5.
Okay. All right. Well, that's actually the end of the Yums box for this evening.
So what was our favorite in the box?
All right. So Tina, you had 3 that were like your top high score, and they were all 4.5s.
Okay.
So the one that we just had, the dark chocolate marzipan
Yeah.
bar, the Mozart,
Okay.
the cappuccino bar,
Mm-hmm.
and then the coconut Rolo things.
So taking that into account, and if I was going to put them in order, I think the cappuccino bar slightly edges out the marzipan bar for me.
And then the coconut's coming third.
I don't know. 'Cause those are just they're
Nostalgia.
so nostalgic, yeah. And I really love coconut. I would say I would keep Mozart and the coconut at a tie, but the cappuccino I think just edges them out ever so slightly.
Liz, your clear cut favorite was the Mozart marzipan bar, and then your second was the cappuccino bar. Now, I differed a little slightly from you guys. The cappuccino, once again, was one of my tops, and then the tree stumps. I really love the tree stumps. Those were my top 2. But our least favorites. Now, this is where we get a little interesting. Liz, your least favorite was the
banana.
Liz, big banana.
Yeah, that tracks.
Tina, your least favorite was the Bobby bar.
Yep, that definitely tracks.
And then I tied least favorite was all the big banana or the Bobby bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I would have to switch mine because the Bobby bar was worse than the banana. The banana was bad, but the Bobby bar was worse.
The Bobby bar was gross, and the banana was not something I would seek out, but not something that grossed me out either.
So while we have listened to me stumble through some of the words in this book, because again, it's one of those situations where I read a lot, but I don't public speak a lot. So there are words that I have only ever read, even in my own language. So I'm going to also pick on you.
Oh, what's that?
Say that name.
Mozart.
Say that name.
It's Mozart.
It's Mozart.
I don't know. Mozart.
Mozart.
Mozart?
Yeah.
Mozart.
Oh.
It's like there's an invisible T in front of the Z.
I don't know.
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Okay. It was the guy's name.
No, I'm not saying you. Yeah. Come on, I didn't know how to say apricot. Apricot.
I think both are acceptable.
And-
You would also question Viennese, and you would
And the wafting.
and
Wafting?
wafting. Yes, Viennese. I heard first because of the waltz.
I know Viennese because I've
Yeah.
seen Viennetta chocolate over the
Yes.
ice cream for Friendlies.
Yes.
So that being said, we have a few supplemental items.
Yes.
Do we want to go to Mexico or Canada?
Do we want to go back and forth?
That's
Does
a
she-
lot
I
of
have-
bouncing back and forth
I have
across continent.
3 sweets and you have 2 savory, correct?
Yeah.
So let's go with a savory because we just had a sweet.
All right. So
We're going to Canada first.
yeah, we continue to go into our
Whoa, Canada.
Canada selection because oh man, we have a lot of Canada.
That bag is like, it's like Mary Poppins garment
Yeah.
bag. Carpet bag.
Tina saw what was in there
Yeah.
this evening. And,
I was like Cadbury salivating.
we're not doing any of those tonight. What
Sad.
we are doing are these from Dare. We've had products from Dare before. These bold and baked extra sweet chili cracker things. So we're kind of curious. These
Is
might
this
be
word like the French for extra?
yes. I think yes.
What's that?
Extra exquise?
Yes. So who knows what these will be?
I thought extra would be extra.
I'm doing Spanish Duolingo, so
You're just fumbling all over the room.
Oh,
Like it's just,
I did not mean to start it. I just wanted to see who liked it.
so
I don't know.
sweet chili dough.
Who's watching right now?
I
They're
don't know.
not. They're not
Maybe you.
saying who they are.
Who are you?
Who is watching? I just shared it. I wasn't actually
We have 2
watching.
people. There's a
Okay.
cracker. Mm. That's good.
So you were talking about feet, like cheese smelling like feet. This smells like feet to me. It's like that taco seasoning.
It tastes like it too, but in
Great.
a good way.
Oh no. Can you hit me with some of your water? I ran out. Oh no. That is a big old pile of feet.
I'm just not. The seasoning just kind of dissipates for me. It disappears.
Am I alone? Did I like it?
No, they're good. They're good. It's just kind of. I was hoping for like more of like a spiciness or
I mean,
something.
it hits you a little bit after, but not.
I like the texture of the cracker.
Mhm.
Like if they were just cheese flavored, I'd be super happy with those.
You don't like the chili flavor?
I don't like the feet smell. Oh, your water's nice and cold.
They do have that. That dog paw. Tastes like dog, like the when dogs' paws get that corn chip smell.
Yes.
I'm getting like
I've had crackers that are like the same texture as those that are just cheese, and I like them. I can't think of what crackers they are.
I'm just not getting anything there.
Yeah, I wish they had more seasoning, more spice.
If you say so.
It says bold, not very. Extra, not very. Baked, gotcha.
Yeah.
Light, yeah. Crispy, yeah.
Yeah.
Intense flavor, no.
Yeah, kind of just there. Kind of disappointing.
They'd be good in tomato soup.
You don't like tomato soup. Well, you like the one tomato soup that I got that one time, I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
A tomato bisque.
Yeah, it was like you wouldn't have liked it. It was like a roasted red pepper.
Oh, no.
Tomato soup.
So sorry. I mean, don't get me wrong. We'll eat the rest of them.
Yeah, I mean, they'll go. We'll put them in something.
I would not eat the rest of those.
Those would be good, like with lunch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A snack.
Yeah.
So, Tina has brought us some, well, at least 2 of them are from Mexico.
Yes.
Well, they were purchased
in the United States.
in the United States, but they are products of Mexico.
Yes. Or we could do the not Mexico one.
Whichever one you want to do first.
I don't even know where these are made. They're distributed by Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's.
Lake Jackson, Texas. Contains bioengineered food ingredients.
I love Frankenfood.
So, yeah, let's do this because these are going to be good. We know those are going to be good. All right. I've had stuff from this company before.
So if you are not familiar, Buc-ee's is a big rest stop, gas station, food mart, grocery store, barbecue.
Kitschy things.
Apparently the cleanest bathrooms you'll find anywhere.
They are beautiful bathrooms.
Notorious, I mean, in a good way, for having like the cleanest, largest, most private bathrooms, public bathrooms anywhere.
They're really beautiful. You would appreciate them. It's like a full, not like a stall, but like a room.
Like a powder room almost.
Yes, and a full door. So like you don't have to feel like weird about like 40 people
seeing your feet.
And yeah.
And noises.
Yeah. Yes. Buc-ee's has lots of really good things. I had 2 brisket sandwiches in the last 2 weeks, and not on the same day. And Michaela got a bag of beef jerky on our way to Florida, and she very much enjoyed that.
You guys should have gotten some beaver nuggets.
I've had the beaver nuggets. The last time I bought a bag of beaver nuggets, they went bad before I could eat them all. So, so I passed on those. But I did get Buc-ee's Overbite, which is their version of a peanut butter cup, but it's like big, and it has like a molded Buc-ee on the top of it, and the peanut butter in it is just so decadent and creamy. And it's dark chocolate, and I'm not a big fan of American chocolate, but it's a decent American chocolate. However, they were sampling a new product. I'm not going to be as good as Mike is showing it off. Maybe. There you go. Cosmic Pops. Now, they came in 4 flavors, and 3 flavors came home with me. I have another bag of this flavor at home because I suspect I'm really going to like them. One of the other flavors, this is cherry cola. One of the other flavors was orange creamsicle, which I didn't bring because of the citrus thing. And I am told that there are some real flavors in here. And the other one I brought home was lemon lime. So
like soda pop flavors.
Yes. But the final flavor that I did not get was cotton candy. So, but Katie did get a package of those for Connor. So I'm curious to see how he likes that. But anyway, these are cherry cola Cosmic Pops. Now I will tell you, I did cheat. I did try the orange ones because that's the flavor they were sampling at Buc-ee's.
So are they cookies, candy?
No. They're like, like when you get like those little like granola clusters. Or like a rice cake cluster, like they're like little
Rice crispy bites.
But yes, but they're clumpy.
Clumpy.
They're clumpy. They're not like they're just like little like nuggets. However, it's not rice cake. It's yogurt.
Okay.
And then they have popping candy in them. So it's none of the things.
None of the things. It's something completely alien to me. So it's not like a cereal. It's not a cookie or a.
It's the guy sampling them goes, they're made with yogurt, so they have to be good for you, right? And I was like, you sell it, buddy. The cherry cola smell is
wow. Right off. I could smell it when you were.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely smell like a cherry Pepsi. And I say cherry Pepsi and not cherry Coke because cherry Pepsi is sweeter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these are definitely sweeter than Coca-Cola. Now, they did get warm in the car, so I don't know how well the pop candy is going to work.
If you just hold it in your mouth. They're popping.
Tastes like cherry cola. which is weird with the yogurt texture.
Yeah.
I'm getting the popping now.
You have to kind of you have to suck on them for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It is so okay. Those are weird. Like my brain is like, what is it? I have to say they're unappealing looking. They look like something you'd find in a petri dish, indicating a very terminal illness.
They're good though. They're weirdly good.
But what
Okay,
is
so
the yogurt around?
a rice yogurt
It popped out of my mouth.
cluster with Pop Rocks in there.
Yeah.
So it is like Rice
With,
Krispies.
like a flavor of a soda, but like a rice yogurt Pop Rock cluster.
Yeah.
That's how I would describe it.
Yeah. But these aren't rice. Look how round they are. Rice doesn't look like that.
Well, I'm just giving it like some sort
Like
of
a context,
contextual.
yeah.
So it is a cereal.
It has a mouthfeel like a rice or like a malto meal or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's the flavor's on point. I'd give them that, definitely.
It's fun, but I don't know that I'd reach for them. It's fun.
It's
Okay with
fun.
that.
That's why I grabbed them, because I thought they'd be fun. And I think it's safe to say we have had nothing like that.
I have never had anything like that
before.
That's fun. You're on a road trip. You got a car full of people. You got a couple kids, and everybody's like, "Yeah, I'll try one. I'll try one." Everyone's like, "Oh yeah, woo woo, this is weird," But like, I went and put it on my grocery list to buy at the store. It was like let's get some of those Cosmic Pops from this. No. I like
agree.
the smell better than the taste, honestly.
Because cherry cola smells
Cherry cola smells good.
Speaking of cola, because I know you were hoping I was going to be able to bring back some strange Coca-Colas.
Mm-hmm.
There was only one unique flavor in the world to be had. And it's like, Coca-Cola has those limited editions every now and then. And it's whatever, I can't remember what they're calling this one. But it's in the gold bottle. If you see it, I'll give you forewarning. The flavor is exactly like banana Laffy Taffy. It was not at all pleasant. So banana Laffy Taffy in a Coca-Cola. It was
banana Coke or banana.
It was
Sunday. What do they call it? Banana split Coca-Cola or something?
It was just not. I drank it because it was cold and
you were thirsty,
and I paid money for it. And most people know I love Coca-Cola. Like it's a problem. But that was no. I did get to try 39 different Coca-Cola products when we were in Atlanta, not including the banana Laffy Taffy Coca-Cola. They have 5 stations of 8 flavors set up now, 39 because one of them was out of order, but all the rest of them were actively working. There was no limit. In fact, they gave you a rather sizable souvenir cup, and you didn't have a time limit in there. You didn't have, they were telling you could only take tastings. And Mezzo Mix was one of the products. So I definitely drank an entire glass of Mezzo Mix and wish I had had a water bottle to pour Mezzo Mix in, because it's like $2 something a can at Wegmans. And I save that for special treats because it's so good. Mezzo Mix is Coca-Cola's from Germany. And it's actually mixed with real orange juice.
Oh, okay.
And it's just delightful. It's so good. And it's been my favorite soda for probably at least 10 years now. So
I wouldn't think those two would go together, but I guess they do for you.
It's really good.
Hey, but when I was a kid, before I knew I was allergic to orange juice, I used to put orange juice in cornflakes.
You're not the only person I know that does that. So
Instead
yeah.
of milk.
Yeah, that's actually sounds really good. All right, are we
So
on to another
savory.
savory, Canadian savory?
Yes. So we have from the Old Dutch brand, we have Ridgie's Extra Ketchup.
I am so excited for this.
Ultimate fusion of flavor and crunch. By fusing together double the ridges with the savory flavor of extra ketchup, we created the ultimate appy snack for your next snack attack. Or your
Happy
next
snack?
appy
Yeah,
snack.
happy stuff.
Yeah.
Says appy
Huh.
So
snack.
that's in English. That's not.
Yeah. But extra ketchup.
I want to see what the French is.
Jamais la saveur
Please don't. Your accent is horrible.
Un donnant audiblement ondulé.
Sounds like a
Le
mouthful of
goût
marbles.
saveur de Castille la saveur. Extra ketchup.
You scared away any viewers with your horrible French.
Oui, oui. Voulez-vous Voulez-vous
So one
Undulate.
P or two in Appy.
APPIE.
Okay, so the only thing that Google is telling me is that that's like short for appetizer.
That's what I was kind of figuring.
Ultimate appy snack.
Yeah.
Wow. They
These
definitely
are
smell the
very
ketchup.
ketchup flavor. Heavy.
So excited. They smell like
McDonald's ketchup.
I'm gonna take a trip down memory lane with Mike here for a moment. They smell like the French fries at Lakeshore Hockey Rink
Yeah.
when you get like a whole plate of ketchup to dip them in.
Those are very ketchupy.
I'm so excited. Here we go.
Do you like them?
We're good.
I like them.
Oh yeah.
The chips themselves are good.
Look how red this is. I mean, this is like, I don't know if that shows up, but
That's these are
It looks
delicious.
like it would be spicy, but it's just ketchup.
Oh, they're so good.
like, I know we have ketchup chips in the States, right?
Do we?
We do.
Because I have Shelly get them for me in Canada.
But it seems like a no-brainer, right? I mean,
We put ketchup on fries.
yeah.
Right.
And these are basically kind of like the same concept.
And honestly, Americans, we put ketchup on everything.
Right.
Hot dogs, hamburgers. I know there's people who will tell you that you should not put ketchup on hot dogs and that it's only mustard, but I don't know.
I like ketchup and mustard on a hot dog. Although my new favorite hot dog, and because the 50th anniversary is over, they don't have it at Disney World anymore, is a hot dog with strawberry topping and funnel cake pieces
Ooh.
and powdered sugar.
No.
I thought it was either going to be really disgusting or genius. It was genius.
Oh, don't put meat in sweets.
Oh, it was so good.
But it
I
hits
could-
that level, like, I mean, it really does. Like,
I could eat this whole bag.
As we're both like passing it back and forth, we're like, yum, yum, yum.
They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that the chocolate bars were my favorite thing, but of all the things I would sit and eat the whole thing of, it's these
Yeah.
But, like, why isn't this more of a thing in the States?
because we're dumb.
Well, what's crazy is I have a friend that she used to live down the street. When we were kids, where other people would have like chip dip, like French onion chip dip, she would just get a bowl and put ketchup in it.
Mm.
I would be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" She's like, "Do you put ketchup on your fries?"
Mm-hmm.
They're stuck in my teeth. They're good. They're a
so,
win.
they're so good.
They're basically Ruffles ketchup flavored, but very ketchupy.
But like the ridges are closer together than a Ruffles, which
Good quality
traps,
potato chip.
traps
Yeah.
the flavor more.
Good.
Those are really good. I have a whole bag of original Lay's ketchup chips in my cabinet right now. That now I will probably eat this week.
I like some of the brands that aren't like Frito-Lay.
Yeah.
I like seeking those out.
Yeah.
You saw like some of the other chips that we had are not
Yeah.
like the Frito-Lay or Lay's or anything like that
Wise
brand.
or Butts.
Yeah.
or-
Like we purposely do that to try some of these different brands.
Did you know that Wise potato chips, of all of the potato chips that I researched, are the best fire setting potato chips?
Better than Doritos?
Yes.
Oh. Because I heard Doritos were like the best.
Yeah, no. They failed in comparison to
Wise probably
original
because
Wise.
I remember original
So
Wise
oily.
are so oily.
So oily. Yes.
I can feel on my fingers eating the snack bag.
But then the inside of the bag is so
It's just
greasy.
so greasy.
Yeah.
Makes sense why they set on fire really well.
I don't know if it's appropriate or not, but I just buy the little fire starter log and light that up, and you don't even take it out of the package.
Well, see, the potato chip study was a years long study.
I'd rather eat the potato chips.
No. I was funded and then did a presentation. Yeah.
So, getting full here.
All right.
What's our next sweet?
We have 2 treats from Mexico left. I kind of want to save that one for last because I think it's going to be the best one. So I have had this brand before. The parent company is Bimbo Bakeries. Marinella, I believe, is their Mexican counterpart. Now, I encountered this brand in Costa Rica and found both of these out of all places, Buc-ee's. And I was like, wait a minute, I think those are Central American. And sure enough, the label says made in Mexico. So this one here is Gansito. It has a duck, I think that's a duck, wearing Converse. So that's pretty cool. On the package, it says filled snack cake. And I did read the ingredients to discover that the fruit filling is strawberry. So it's a good thing Brother Sean could not be here tonight because he would not be able to partake in the Gansito. Now, mind you, these have gone to Florida and back because these were from the first Buc-ee's stop. So they have melted and then be refrigerated. So we'll see what happens.
They're a bit.
They're gonna be a little messy.
I think
probably.
their insides are on the outside.
I had in the car, I was talking about the Buc-ee's overbite.
Mm-hmm.
We had one explode in the car. It was very messy. Thankfully, it was in a shopping bag, but it was quite the mess.
Just Mike and I can just split that.
Okay.
Looks like angel food cake. Oh, chocolate on the floor.
The cake is very light.
No, Mike.
Wow. That is tasty.
It's good.
Pretty nice.
Very messy.
Mm.
It's almost like a unique spin on a Black Forest cake.
I can see that.
It's very thick.
It probably would have been a little less thick had it not melted and been reformed in the car, but
No, it's good for a snack cake.
yeah,
For a mass-produced snack cake, it's actually really good.
yeah.
It's like a love child between a Twinkie and a ho-ho
With the
Oh,
fruit
yeah.
filling.
with a fruit filling instead of cream filling.
That's enjoyable.
Yeah. I like it.
So
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if that was in my lunchbox. as a
if
kid.
this was, when you're at Walmart and that whole row of snack cakes, I would pick this over a Hostess any day. Yeah.
Like,
Unless
if your choices are
snowballs.
like if your choices of like brands and stuff are like all of the tasty cakes and the Hostess and the Little Debbie's, I would pick that. The only time I wouldn't is if there were Entenmann's.
Mm.
'Cause
Which
I like
Entenmann's?
Entenmann's snack cakes. Most of Entenmann stuff I like.
It is, yeah, their stuff is good.
But yeah, that's better than Hostess.
Yeah.
It's better than Little Debbie.
It tastes like more
Tasty
like
cake is up there. So
taste the peanut butter tasty cake. It's so good. That was that whole conversation with crandles and chocolate and peanut butter. But yeah, I would pick this snack cake any day.
would you pick it over others?
For the most part, yes. The only ones, and I think we featured them before on a long time ago episode of Snackrifice for those Rollinos from the Italian grocery.
Yeah, well, that's not something we could get at like
Right.
a regular grocery store.
But that's pretty. That's
Yeah,
up there.
that's up
pretty
there.
high praise.
All right, and the last one,
Mulch.
same company. I was very excited when I saw these. They had other ones too, but these two were the ones that I thought looked yummy. Sponge
Like
is
conch. That's
marshmallow cookies, coconut and strawberry. Yeah. So there are 6 cookies in here, so we can each have our own cookie. I still want more of those ketchup chips. Those are so good.
your brain is like salty.
Trying to open it so that I can get the
Coconut
rest of
doesn't
them.
fly all over.
Well, and that I can get the rest of them home. I feel like I've had something similar to this before.
They smell like those rolled up coconut things we just had.
Or like a snowball, which I love. I would have a hard time saying no to a snowball instead of.
Okay.
Are you a little? Did you get to the messy ones?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. There we go. Success. Yeah, kind of similar to what we had the roll thing earlier. I know that.
It's marshmallow.
That's good.
On a shortbread. Those would be one of those things that I wouldn't intentionally buy, but then you would buy, and then I would eat all of it. You'd go in the pantry and go, "Hey, where are those sponge that I bought?"
What sponge are you talking
Like,
about?
I have no idea. I am not from your country. I do not know of which these sponge that you speak.
These are delicious.
They are really good. I would like a little bit more of the fruit in the middle.
Yeah.
Oops. But no, they're good. They're a good snack.
You know what the surprising MVP of that snack is? The cookie.
The cookie's really
The
good.
cookie's really
The
good.
cookie
It's
is
a good
excellent.
shortbread
Like
cookie.
it's a really nice
The
shortbread
fact that
cookie.
it stayed crispy, like
with marshmallow on it,
and
and
it was in the car.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's good. I'm trying to think, like, between the two, which do I like better? That's tough.
I kind of like the first snack cake better.
With the chocolate on it.
Yeah. That's more up my alley. I mean, both were really good. I appreciate you sharing them, but
I'm just like,
yeah.
you know, if I had both in front of me and I had to buy one and we were in a car and you're waiting for me and I had to get one, I would get the chocolate one. I mean, delicious, but those are
The chocolate cake is really, really good.
And if I was standing next to you and you're like, just get both.
Just
of
get
them.
both.
Well, I mean, Mexico is also known for chocolate, so it doesn't come as a surprise that the chocolate would be good on a snack cake there.
so that was fun.
Yeah.
We had Canada, we had Mexico, we had Austria. I have a stomach full of
We had
confused.
Texas.
We had
Texas.
We had
Texas.
weird alien
Contains
Pop rocks,
bioengineered food
yogurt,
ingredients.
crispy pop rock
crisp rice is in fact very high up on the list of ingredients.
See, look at you.
It's been a good Snackrifice though. We've got to experience so many different flavors and just all sorts of different types of snacks. It's been a really good time here this evening.
Heck yeah.
I hope everybody had a happy 4th of July, and hopefully you enjoyed watching us this evening, or if you're watching this in the future, on a future day.
Because you were busy watching all the fireworks, right?
Yes, absolutely.
No, we had some friends pop in and out. I think we might have offended a couple of friends with our falafel Jesus, but yeah.
The falafel of Christ.
And also with you.
Flavored Eucharist.
I've sat here the whole rest of the night, like saying that in my brain and like trying not to laugh out loud. It's funny. I'll randomly think about it tomorrow too, and I'll just start laughing.
But yeah, make sure you check out our YouTube page or our Facebook page for all of our previous episodes.
And check out the sister podcasts.
Oh yeah, Jim's BBQ Pod and Wrestling World Order podcast, where you'll get to hear about all sorts of fun adventures and stuff that has very little to do with food.
It's shenanigans of all kinds.
It's all sorts of shenanigans, yes. But yeah.
What do you say?
Yeah.
Want to get out of here?
I do want to get out of
here. You want to blow this popsicle stand?
I do.
You want to make like a shepherd and get the flock out of here?
Yeah, indeed. Wow, you almost dropped enough. You're going to demonetize us if we had any viewers.
I think the falafel of Christ might have done that earlier.
All right, but as we often say, it's been real.
It's been fun. It's been real fun.
We'll see y'all next time.